Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming in hot here on the Switch It Up show. It's been a little bit since you've heard our voice, but I feel the itch for the Switch that all of you have. My name is Glenn, and I will be taking you on this Switch journey, and I, of course, am joined by my wonderful co-host, Mr. Seth Trav. How are you, sir?
What is going on, buddy? I'm super stoked because we got 2 games today that we are hot and ready for. They are releasing tomorrow, I believe. Or one today, one tomorrow, maybe the day after. Depends when you listen to it. It's probably weeks ago. But we're here. We're the Switch It Up show. And as always, we are going to play those games.
My man, I normally, we're never really quite this ahead of the 8 ball, but we are this week. We're on top of it. And you're saying, I heard you in your introduction right there, you said normally you think the audience is a couple weeks behind, but I want to go ahead and thank the wonderful audience that we had last month, having one of our best months listener-wise of the year, hitting some milestones here on the Switch It Up show, and we couldn't do it without each and every single one of you. So, as a present from us to you, we're gonna let these sweet beats ride. I had to tease you with it right there. Trying to do my best, Seth Trav ride as we went into that.
You got it.
I did.
You definitely got it there.
I appreciate that, man. So, keeping it weird as we do here on the Switch It Up show, I'm going to go ahead and kick it off with Space Cows. This game is insane.
It's awesome.
We're gonna have a link to gameplay of both of these games in the description. Mr. Seth Trav was kind enough to stream both of them, so you're gonna be able to get some auditory as well as some visual descriptions of each of these. You can go over and click the link to the YouTube. I think my man also played this on Twitch, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I stream everything initially on the Twitch, and then I host it up to the tubes.
Beautiful, man. What a time we live in. A time to leave no cow behind. Space Cows is a cheesy twin-stick shooter featuring weaponized toilet plunger and intense zero-gravity combat. Shoot, dash, and wobble in slow motion to save cows and lay vengeance upon an evil corporation. It features crazy combat. Armed with a toilet plunger, move your naked butt and whack 2,165 mutants. Cow? See what they did there? Fart away from harm, unleash rage to obliterate enemies, and mess with time. Be the plunger danger. There's more. Space tactics. Physics-infused swarm patterns require spontaneous approaches and sharp reflexes. Fight wildly and fart wisely. Or the other way around. Milk must flow. Milk your way through the various minigames because we've heard you like minigames, so we put minigames in our games so you can play minigames while playing a game. And also to win life. Leave no cow behind. That was a pretty good exhibit I just did right there.
You read very well.
You like that?
You were reading at a complete 5th grade level.
Listen, all right, it's not easy to keep up this rhythm. Thankfully, it is easy to get a little bit of a rhythm in Space Cows. Twin stick shooter. This thing is, it is unlike any like other twin stick shooter I've played on the Nintendo Switch because it is just the weirdest setting, and it's like if Ren and Stimpy had their own twin stick shooter because there's a lot of like toilet humor involved in this, but basically you're kind of floating through space as this cow. Like,
you're a dude. You're a naked guy.
You look more like a cow. You look more like a cow.
Dressed as a cow.
Because you can't really.
The lore of Space Cows lays it thick on you and lets you know that you are a dude who decided to dress up as a cow.
Well, I don't think it lays it on that thick, and you look very much like a cow. So it's a good costume. It's a good costume. The twin stick shooting in this is actually, I feel like, pretty good. And as you go through each level, they kind of give you a little bit of a walkthrough of how the controls work. Like as you unlock a different section of the level, they'll be like hold down this button to slow down time, hold down this button to like go faster, hold down this button to go slower. Like it kind of like walks you through the control scheme, which I kind of like, as opposed to having to go in and check out the controls in the menu. And as it gets a little bit harder, they give you like an extra skill that you can use and you can master. The thing is, like, I don't like the theme. Like, the theme of this game is just so weird. Like it's just so out there, and it's just like a lot of like toilet humor and like weird cow. Like, it's just strange. It's a strange world that this is set in. I like the space part, and I actually like some of the gameplay as the shooter, and I think some of the mini games are a lot of fun. The very first mini game that you run into, where you have to kind of like shoot milk from an udder into different sides of the screen, and they give you a goal.
You gotta be quick.
Oh, I love it though.
So quick in that. I had a great time doing those.
I got like 100. I took a screenshot of it. I'm like, I'm gonna send this to Seth. I'm like, he's gonna be impressed. But like, it almost kind of reminded me of that same type of rhythm that you have to get in Sonic 2, where you go you go through like this. Like, you get 50 rings, and you have to go, and you're on this 3D world, and you have to kind of collect all these balls. Like, it's really
Sonic 3.
Yeah,
yes.
It's really quick. Like, the minigame is really quick and requires you to get into a rhythm, and you're facing either left or right by hitting the left trigger or the right trigger to shoot the milk, and you have to keep pressing it over and over, and you have to get at least 50, and you get like extra points if you get more than it. Like, I thought the minigames were like really addictive. I thought it was fun. I even love the idea of how you can kind of slow down time to try to get away from some of these enemies and to make your shooting a little bit more controlled. But the thing is, it slows down everybody, including yourself. So it's not like it's totally helping you. It can harm you as well. You might think that it might be a good idea to slow down in some aspects, but because it's slowing everything down, like, doesn't matter how great your reflexes are, you're gonna have to be quick. But I like this space theme. I like the control scheme of this game. I like the mini games. I like how they like ramp up the I don't feel like it doesn't get too hard in terms of twin stick shooters. There's much harder shooter games on the Nintendo Switch by far.
Took me half an hour to beat the first level.
Yeah, it was not. Well, I mean, it's not. Are you saying the level's long, or are you saying it was difficult?
It was a little difficult for me at times. So you're saying you love the gameplay. I personally didn't enjoy a good portion of it. Mm-hmm. There's one enemy type that is like, it looks kind of like a jellyfish a little bit. It's got like this white covering to it, and it shoots this big red thing at you. Couldn't really ever figure out how to make it shoot at you, but then I realized you have to like get it to shoot at you and then shoot its shot back at itself to be able to kill it. Didn't really get that, and I could never really understand what the point of slowing down was, because as soon as you like let go of slow down time, you have the people right on you, and as you said, you can't move any faster when you slow down time. So I'm like, what am I really doing here trying to even bother slowing down time? Gameplay for me was a little rough, but I enjoy the fluidity of it, and I enjoy the farting to speed up and dash. And I personally love the toilet humor. It feels like a game written by the dadliest man around.
There you go.
All the cow puns.
The part which kind of confused me. It didn't seem to make any sense when you have to like to do the fart so that you can get through some of the lasers so you don't get hurt. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't, like, when I first figured that out, I was like, this doesn't make, like, what normally you
why
would,
it doesn't it's
like,
not,
why
it
you go you run faster through that, so that, like, I don't know, it just didn't make any sense to me. There's parts of this game that I really like. I just don't understand, like, the theme. I just don't get it. It's $12.99. I feel like that's expensive for what it is on
for this
on
one
the
a little
eShop.
bit.
But like, it looked like, I think the graphics are pretty good. I think the controls are pretty good. I think the mini games are fun. I just don't.
I like the music too.
Yeah, I like the music as well. I just think it's weird. I just think it's weird, man. It's just weird, real weird. And for $12.99, like, I'm not that, like, I'm pretty weird. I don't know if I'm this weird. Man, what do I give this? 3.
Yeah,
3.
Yeah, I would say the same.
It's better than average. And if you're like kind of weird, like, I don't know, maybe you like live in Adult Swim.
This is better than average. That might be 3.5.
Maybe. You know what? I'd give it a 3.5, but I mean, I didn't like. I have more fun with the mini games than I did the actual game itself.
Yes.
So I mean, if
that speed, utter shooting,
dude, I loved it. I'll play a whole game of the speed utter thing. If that was if that was like 99 cents, I'd be like, yes.
It's just that 99 cents.
I would play the heck out of that. I thought that was so. I'm like, this is so stupid, but I'm like, I'm having so much fun. And normally I don't like those things where you're just chasing the score. I like that part. So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. You give it a 3.5. We settle at 3.25. I think that's pretty good.
That feels pretty good
For what
that
this
feels
is.
Accurate.
It's too much money.
Space Cows.
It's too much money.
That's completely understandable. And here is a game that if you pre-purchase it now, before September 6th, when it releases, you can actually get it for $13.49 as opposed to the $14.99. I think that is a grand deal of 5% off.
Ooh.
Perhaps. It's Creature in the Well, and then you get 67 gold coins when you purchase it digitally. Unlock the power of an ancient facility and face the ominous, all-seeing creature in this unique pinball-inspired hack-and-slash. Creature in the Well is a top-down pinball-inspired hack-and-slash dungeon crawler. As the last remaining Bot-C unit venture deep into a desert mountain to restore power to an ancient facility haunted by a desperate creature. Uncover and upgrade powerful gear in order to free the city of Mirage from a deadly sandstorm. Pinball with swords. Charge up your energy orbs, then bounce and ricochet them to reactivate dormant machinery and stop the sandstorm. Defeat the creature. Escape the many challenges set by the creature and confront it in intricate, skillful battles. Dungeon Crawler. Delve deeper into the mountain as you unlock 8 handcrafted dungeons, each filled with unique gameplay themes, unlockables, and secrets to uncover. Over 20 unique items customize your playstyle with upgradable weapons and clothing that change how you play the game. It's from Flight School Studio. So, they keep saying that it's pinball. And I get that. I definitely get that it's pinball. But a major component of the game is the fact that you can actually hold the ball where you are and when you're moving, and it can actually sort of stay in place with you. So I feel like it's much more akin to, say, bumper pool, because you can actually take aim and sometimes, well, you can find an unlockable that will give you a laser sight so you know exactly where your balls are going to go. This is one of the most beautiful games that I have played on the Nintendo Switch. The aesthetic of this game is astounding.
You love it, huh?
I really, really, really appreciate the art direction of this entire thing.
I'm looking at the graphics now, and I'm like, huh. I look at it and I'm like, okay, all right, it's maybe not for me, but like, I'm glad you dig. I'm glad you dig it.
It's definite vibes of, say, Journey, or something else along the lines of Journey. It feels very pastel, sort of. There's a serious texture to everything in this game, and I really appreciate that. You will stumble across so many secret rooms and hidden places and little bits of lore about the game and what's going on with this creature and how things happened in this mountain and these toad people that you are there to kind of help rebuild and restart everything. That you will absolutely love it. And as they said, the gameplay is very, very simple, but you do need to have that sort of pinball mentality or that pool hall junkie style about you, because you need to be able to hit these angles at such a geometry that Rain Man would blush. You've just got to be on your game with this one, because to unlock certain places, to get a certain amount of I guess, energy, I forget what it's called. They're like white orbs, but it's energy to unlock other doors. You need to be on your angle. You know, you got to be the Black Widow of pool here. You got to be ready to roll. There's not much more I can say about this game. Graphically amazing. Musically, it's right there. You get a vibe, you get a feeling of desolation and just a massive expanse. The enormity and gravity of your situation is wholly captured by this game. And the premise itself is so unique and fun that you are not going to want to put it down. That's why I am going to give Creature in the Well a 4.5 out of 5.
High praise from you, Mr. Seth Trav. High praise.
It's rare to find games so unique and at the same time so aesthetically pleasing. And that is 100% what Creature in the Well is. It's unique amongst itself, and it's captivating wholly. And for that price, I 100% say you got to get it.
Oh my God, this is every college degree you have right now. You are at your most well-spoken.
Oh yeah, that's what sobriety does to you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Switch It Up Show. And as always, if things ever get boring, you can always switch it up.